Don't have no idea things that look relationship. You need a handlebar to dump your mania. Don't have no idea things that lock relationship. You need a handlebar to dump your mania.
Paranoid urbanism or a mill? I am like a fungus here. Surrounded by this mad city, I began to notice ways to survive. I lived here too little. In order to protect myself from this city, I go to work on my house. Every time I see our house from a distance, it's a mill. And as I am a fungus, like yeast, my only job is to consume everything around me. I realized, while trapped inside these walls, consuming my environment, certain ideas take root. I bring new concepts to this city, many in various arts which help to make the course of our life more agreeable and cheerful. I wait for bread, I wait for milk, I ask to be fed. I've kept watch since dawn, and usually I know to spot my parents. As soon as someone crosses the street from behind the car, next to Krusty Squad smash burgers, and holds for a glimpse at our house, like a greeting, then it's father. If not, it means it's not father. Monumental fish, little crab, Corsican or Sicilian lamprey, the eel of Clarkas, fine virgin oil. While waiting for them, I play the piano with boxing gloves on, and precious drops of blistering air begin to emerge, breaking the cycle of feeling stagnant. No shoes upstairs. Migration for consciousness or pop through your bubble. There is a place where unreason breaks the near urge for certainty and murmur. Only silence is accurate. All my fears are for my friends and none for myself. Hamilton. The cause of love, hatred, and sorrow must not be sought for in the body, but only in the soul. And since we see clearly and distinctly that one love comes to an end as soon as we come to know something else that is better, it follows clearly from all this that if once we get to know God, at least with a knowledge as clear as that with which we also know our body, then we must become united with Him even more closely than we are with our body, and be, as it were, released from the body. But I have only come to know drugs yet. Everybody laughs in ecstasy. David, you know, by the mid-70s, I was so out of my God that really it was impossible. It was not only impossible for me to function in any rational way, so I didn't even know I was playing characters. Both Ziggy and I felt it might be time to clean up. So we were very smart about it. We went straight out of LA to the heroin capital of Europe, Berlin. And how about you? What got you in this place? Boris. Here where we chose to live in Brussels, where there was not really a choice, but it's an average working class area. A lot of Africans around. It's an African neighborhood. But you know, stuff gets sent around, food and drugs. It's a kind of reality here, and that's just a reality you're trying to think without drugs. It's even harder. Charlotte, there's this something kind of, we feel tension and conflict in the air. And God, if we can't ride in this place, we can't ride anywhere. And we're straightening up as well, especially with Rocco. Even though we teach him to live rather than to avoid death. Life is not breath, but action. We use the use of our senses, our mind, our faculties, every part of ourselves which makes us conscious of our being. Binge intimacy, or dripping off the meat grinder. Charlotte and Boris feel a growing desire to make their private sphere into a positive, regenerating pleasure. There's this interesting relaxation about nakedness and the body of a house. Charlotte and Boris still want to be able to keep their nakedness private. They must be able to have a shower, watch commercials, oil their bodies, or eat dinner unseen when they want to. So they find themselves in the private sphere of their house. The room temperature corresponds to their body temperatures. And as some eat for the sake of eating and tasting, drink and taste in silence, others eat for the sake of love. Charlotte and Boris eat for the sake of their bodies. The walls are stocked with food and pharmaceuticals for rough fights or sexual encounters. At the low end, stinking scraps. Above, the salt, Ritalin, truffles, foie gras, oxytocin, or the beautiful scene of the night's trenchant. The envied theater of rarity, display of jealous anguish and spoiled life. Charlotte ordered burgers from Krusty Squad Smash Burgers. She devours one after another. She states that burgers will be a characteristic feature of diets in the globalized age because they are the most direct means by which one can find the essential conditions for life: fat and sugar. Junk food is the most miraculous means of restoring the law of pleasure. There is a noticeable tendency on your part to invent stories about your eating habits in order to create the effect of satisfaction, leaving large intermediate culinary experiences entirely dead, Police accuses. And that is taking contemporaneity a bit too far. He bites off a small piece of the burger and forces himself to swallow it. He starts to feel sick. He starts to feel what this room was made for. Subconscious globalization or text without E. Studio radio blasting. Stormy outlook. This is Doom Room. That ghastly monstrosity, King Ghidorah, is causing bad ablation in this room. A blizzard crushing all that is most commonly in utilization as flour for baking, major chords for music, Amazon for digital shopping, and worst of all, a ban on our most common symbol for talk, you know, A, B, C, D, and F. What is wrong with you, King Ghidorah? Villain you is eating with our wordplay. Thank you so much. I'm been into Thursday. C and B turned to that radio program blowing Blondale sound, sunk in music. Culinary physics in our mouths with a black liquid of colonial origin. I know a spot in LA that cooks his most knockout triumph Ultra 6 sushi of our world. I was at it only for a singular occasion. It's got a star from a company doing plastic circuits normally. And I was at this chop house, fast food country dining room thing in LA, and I thought, how is this actual? With music, it is similar, no? You got a broad compilation of musical thoughts that you was accumulating during your musical history, plus all musical history of this full uncut world. And it's all in your subconscious, and you draw upon it all along as you play, you know? What is harmony? What is music? But I am that partition. This is that partition. I say that anything you think is looking for our cosmos. And cynical tease, or a little grease always keeps the wheel spinning. Ice cream, you screen, we all screen for ice cream. Oh. There's too little meat and rich food in the stores, so you don't have to worry about getting fat and suffering a heart attack. I suggest you change your diet. Everything can lead to high blood pressure if you fry it, or even a stroke, heart attack, heart disease. It ain't no starting back once arteries start to squeeze. 3 p.m. rice. 3:05 Chivas Regal with the morning papers. Dunhills, cocaine. Another glass of Chivas, Dunhill. First cup of coffee, Dunhill, cocaine, orange juice. Dunhill, cocaine, coffee, Dunhills, cocaine. 6 o'clock, a little grass to take the edge of the day. 7:05 Woody Creek Tavern for lunch. Heineken, 2 margaritas, coleslaw, a taco salad, double order of fried onions, carrot cake, ice cream, a bean fritter, Dunhills, another Heineken, and cocaine. And for the ride home, a snow cone. 9 p.m. Start snorting cocaine seriously and drop acid as well. Okay, midnight, ready to work. Cocaine still, grass, Chivas, coffee, Heineken, love cigarettes, grapefruit, Dunhills, orange juice, gin, and continuous pornographic movies. At 6 o'clock in the morning, the hot tub champagne, and at 8:20, sleep. Read, protect your data. No more cookies. The most intimate moments are never alone. The intimate is defined by the failure to reach the intimate. Make your life more yours by advertising and publicizing it. Give your fears to the public to deal with them and enjoy your carefree holidays with C and B. All right, now you know it.